What's going on, Panthers Nation? It's Aaron Duncan here, back again with another video. And guys, it's been long overdue. We're going back into the film room. I finally got Game Pass in the NFL to stop cooperating and player hating. We're going into the film room because Christian McCaffrey is going to be out for the next few weeks, and Chuba Hubbard is going to have to step into his place. We drafted Chuba, obviously, out of Oklahoma State. Matt Rule has reinforced his commitment to believing in him. So today we're going to look at the film to see if Chuba can actually carry the load while Christian McCaffrey is out. What maybe he does good, what does he need to improve on. We'll see what's going to happen on this film, and I'm going to show you why we're going to need him to step up, but there is potential there for Chuba to actually do some good things. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. I start off every video by saying, "What up, dude?" And here on Necessary Bluntness, I give recap and analysis of the NFL, in particular the Carolina Panthers. So if you want to see more videos like this, like film breakdowns, live streams, podcasts, all type of analysis and news updates, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell icon. The bell icon is going to make sure you get a notification every time I drop a video, and you're going to stay in the loop and stay up to date on this stuff, because there's different things that are happening left and right with this Panthers organization every day. It seems like they're always in the news. So if you want to stay up to date on that and just be in the loop about stuff that's going on, make sure you are subscribed, and please give this video a thumbs up, because these film breakdowns really take a lot of work. Having to wrestle with the NFL to get this footage in general has just been a whole task in itself. So I really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. But hey, let me know down below in the comments how you feeling about Chuba Hubbard. Do you think he can really carry the load? And let me know after the video if some of these film breakdowns and plays that I show you really change your mind about how you feel and make you feel better or worse about the situation. So let me know. So if you watch college football at all, you know that Chuba Hubbard was a very productive guy in college, but what he excelled at was being open field, since he was a kick returner and a track star coming from Canada. So he likes to use his speed in open field, hit the home run plays. So, but the NFL, everybody's fast and everybody's big too. So my only concern with Chuba making that adjustment was getting more reps and getting used to the speed compared to the Big 12 that he came from, and also getting a little bit more muscle. That way he can run between the tackles, move the pile forward in short yardage situations, and just being able to break tackles in general, because it seems like sometimes he goes down so easy, whether it's just being tripped up by a shoestring tackle, or going on first contact, or getting pushed backwards. I'm a little bit skeptical when it comes to the passing game, because he can struggle with his hands a little bit. He's not a natural pass catcher, and that's something that obviously we use a lot with Christian McCaffrey. So the game plan will change a little bit from that standpoint, but Chuba does show some potential running outside. And I'm going to show you in the film right now about what he does good and what he does bad. So make sure you stick around for all the plays. This first play is going to be an inside zone lead to the right with fullback Richie doing a lead block here on the zone to the backside, to the weak side of the formation. The strong side, obviously, we have extra tight ends on here, but we're going to run it to the opposite side because there's so much trash and traffic over here. But this is a pretty good cut by Chuba and a good way to get his shoulder pass down, a lot more than what we're going to need for him, because there's not going to be a lot of clean holes because this offensive line struggles to run block, so he's going to have to be able to run through contact. We'll see a better angle from here, and I can break it down. So what's going to happen on the inside zone, you're going to read the man on or outside the guard. So this is the guard right here. The man that's on him is here. So if they're able to wall him off, and he's going to come right here. But if this man wants to go to the left, Chuba's going to cut it back here. And we'll see that these two, they're going to double team him, and he's going to work up to this linebacker. Richie's going to hit this guy. Taylor Moton's going to kick this guy out. And there's going to be a hole. But Chuba's going to cut back against the grain because the defense is flowing, and protect the ball and run pretty hard behind his pass is what you like to see. So as you can see, reading that double team. They have him double team there. Look at that, run to the butt. The butt is right here. It's saying to go here. Richie's going to get up through this hole. But look, the defense is still fast flowing. Look at these linebackers. They're booking it. Moving forward a little bit of a frame. The block is still solid. Block is still solid, but boom. This hole is a little bit closed up because this guy didn't stay inside, so Trent's going to keep pushing him wherever he wants to go. That's what the zone is about. You want to try to make a block, but you're going to push these guys wherever they're going to go. And if they're going to keep fast flowing, you can see the natural cutback lane forming right here. You can see Chuba's eyes looking at it. He cuts through there, drops the shoulder pass when the big man is coming to get him. Through contact, boom. It's about 3 or 4 more yards after he gets hit. That's a pretty good tough run by Chuba. Like I said, he's a little bit lighter in the pants, so maybe a year of working out and getting stronger will help him, but that's a good tough run right there. Once again, we got the same formation, similar. It's just going to be a different type of run. That lead inside zone. This is one of their better running plays. I don't know why they don't run it more. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of good running plays that we can go to, but this seems to be a pretty successful one. It's going to be the same blocking scheme as before. Rich is going to lead up. Chuba this time goes outside. He doesn't go inside and cut it back because the defense didn't fast flow. They didn't fast flow. So like I said, you're going to read this man on or outside the guard. The guard is right here. This is the man he's going to read. Rich is going to bleed up on 48 right here. You'll see it develop and why he does what. Boom. So they're double teaming. It looks like 91 is going to be stuck inside. So Chuba's going to keep coming on his track. He's reading it right now. He's got the ball. And right now, once he gets the ball, he sees that, okay, they have him walled off. 78 should be going to 58. But Trent Scott, he's just, like I said, this line is not great at getting to the second level. So Chuba's going to, ideally, he would cut him off. And Chuba could come right off this edge and be wide open. But Trent Scott's not going to block that man. But Chuba, obviously, 58 comes over. Trent Scott blocks the wrong man. 58 should be his blocker. There's a guy free in the hole. Chuba does get low, covers the ball, runs through the guy a little bit. It stumbles ahead for another 5 yards after contact. What you love to see. But like I said, his offensive line is going to struggle getting to the second level. They're going to struggle staying on blocks. So everything's not going to be perfect. So Christian McCaffrey does a good job of making something out of nothing. Chuba is going to have to learn how to do that. So I talked about making something out of nothing, and this is textbook right here with Chuba right here. So he's going to get the ball. Look at his penetration before he even gets the ball. This penetration in the backfield before he even gets the ball that he's going to have to avoid immediately. So he jump cuts, which is beautiful because that guy's on the ground, but he jump cuts to avoid, able to get his foot in the ground, finds a little lane right here, a little crease to get through, squirts through there a little bit and gets some tough yards. That changed a play that should have been a loss of yards into a gain of yards. He's going to have to be able to do that consistently because, like I said, this team does not block well when it comes to staying on their guys and getting to the second level. As you can see, there's supposed to be a double team here, but he's going to split that double team. Gets through there, obviously. I guess that's Cam Irving that he gets by. As soon as he gets the ball, he's got a jump cut. But look at that little lane. Had he stayed on there, this could have been a pretty good running play, but there's always one guy that's messing up on this offensive line that allows these plays to kind of get blown up. But Chuba is good enough to make that jump cut immediately. That was beautiful. Go back a little bit. He gets the ball. The jump cut right here. Look at that guy, how much ground he covered. 2 yards. Gets his foot back in the ground because he sees there's trash there and gets back to the original aiming point. It freezes. It froze a little bit, but he got through the hole. You saw what happened. He made something out of nothing. Good job by Chuba. What Chuba really excels at is running outside because he's got speed. He's a former track guy. He likes to get outside. He loves big open spaces. He's good in open field. Sometimes he can trip over his own feet, but he's pretty good at open field. Right now we're going to get an outside zone to the left, and what he's going to read is this man on the end line of scrimmage. We already had them out leveraged because there's nobody outside of Tommy Tremble. So Tommy Tremble should be easily able to seal this edge to give Chuba the outside and stay to the sideline, and that's exactly what happens. He gets it and just goes straight, uses that speed to turn the corner. Nice gain, about 12, 13 yards and a first down. We'll get it from the other angle. But look at Tommy Tremble right there. There's nobody outside of Tommy Tremble, so this should be an easy way to give Chuba an alley to get the outside. Tommy Tremble checks to make sure the edge is checked, and look, it's already there. Chuba, he's going to the next level. Gets a good block by Tommy. Chuba's able to get a first down pretty much untouched. You love to see that. But here is the type of plays that I want to see Joe Brady run with Chuba Hubbard. Running outside, deliberately outside runs to let him get to the outside, get vertical, stick that foot in the ground and get north and south and use that speed to be effective. Right here we're going to have a pin and pull. The way it's called a pin and pull is because some linemen are going to block down to pin the guys inside, the defenders inside, but there's also going to be two pullers. They're going to come around and loop around. It's going to be Matt Paradise going to loop around, and Taylor Moton is going to loop around. Pin is going to be by, Ian Thomas right here, and it looks like John Milner is going to pin these two defenders here enough to let these guys come outside and lead block for Chuba. So watch it develop. Boom. You see the pin happen, pin, and Taylor Moton and Paradise are coming to pull. Chuba's got the ball with two lead blockers, and look, they already look like they have out-leveraged the defense. They're going to have two blockers on two defenders, so it's going to line up pretty good. Look, Taylor gets on his man. Paradise is going to get his guy inside. Chuba makes him miss a little bit, but he uses his speed. He's running so hard and getting vertical. Let's get some yards now. Cuts it back. I told you Chuba looks good. Chuba is better at open field on the outside than anything else. You're going to see it develop from this side. Like I said, you're going to get the two pins. He's going to pin this guy. Ian Thomas is going to pin this guy. We're going to get a pull by Taylor, pull by Paradise, leading for Chuba. He's going to cut that thing up, get north to south. Boom. This already looks beautiful because Taylor's on his man. You can see this guy's taking the inside track. If he went outside, Paradise would kick him outside. Chuba would cut back here. This guy goes inside, so Chuba's going to come right around there. Boom. And it's already lining up. Big lane. That's a huge lane for, especially for NFL standards. With this offensive line, this is how this play should be blocked. He gets north to south. He sees the blockers coming, so this natural jump cut that he has, whoop, gets back in there, gets a beautiful gain. I love that jump cut by Chuba. Turns the corner, whoop, cut back. Pretty good run, man. Solid. I like to see him running outside, getting him in space. That's where Chuba's going to excel. Banging between the tackles is necessary at times, but where he's really going to excel is running between the tackles. Outside, excuse me. So Chuba is not perfect, obviously, and he's still a little bit lighter in the pants. Like I said, running inside his struggles for him at times. But this is the fourth down that we went for in the red zone in the first half, and Chuba's going to be a little bit too high. We ran hurry up. This is two plays after Christian McCaffrey got hurt. So Chuba's going to run too high. When you're running short yardage, 4th and 1, you have to get low. The low man wins. It's all about leverage. The lower you are, the better chance you have of falling forward. If you're high, you're going to get pushed backwards. And when all you need is 1 yard, you need to get low enough to make sure you're going to fall forward. Chuba's high right now. You can see he's running almost straight up and down without his shoulders down like normal. We saw in those other runs. And look, boom. He gets put and gets pulled backwards. Had he been lower, he probably would have fell forward. But the low man always wins in football. The low man always wins. Look, Chuba gets it. He sees the lane right here. He runs to the right read, but he doesn't really see this linebacker that's free. He's going to stay too high. Look how high he is. He's got to get lower. Got to get lower. He tried to get low, but it was too late. You see how low this defender is. He's under Chuba. That's why Chuba gets folded and pushed backwards, and we don't get the 4th down. We turn it over. He's got to get lower and better at running inside when it comes to these inside zone tough plays. Okay, this is the play directly after Christian McCaffrey exits the game for injury, and we're in the red zone. We got the field pretty much spread out. And this is another element that Chuba's going to have to improve in. We know that our run blocking is not great, so we've had to find creative ways to get our guys the ball in space as a substitute for the running game. A lot of times the short pass and the check downs to Christian McCaffrey were just like extra running plays and extra touches for him. But Chuba's hands are a little bit suspect. He's not the natural receiver that Christian McCaffrey is. And you're going to see that right here. He's going to be wide open in the flats, and Sam's going to go through his reads and try to find Chuba, but Chuba drops it even though he's wide open. Chuba had a chance. He was one-on-one. Like, look at all that space. He was one-on-one. There was one defender at the 4-yard line when the ball was coming towards his direction. He could have easily made a move, hit it with speed, possibly scored a touchdown. At worst, a first down. But he dropped the ball because he did not turn his hands over. We'll get a better look from the back. Chuba's going to he's going to check for the protection, and he's going to get out of there. Sam comes, he scans, and he's getting ready to go to him because, look, there's only one defender. There's only one defender out here, and Chuba doesn't turn his hands over. There's only one defender out here. Look, get your name in the paper, Chuba. Catch the ball. Catch the ball. You have to be able to catch the ball in those scenarios because you need those plays to come up when Sam checks it down because a lot of times Sam, he's not going through all his reads every time because there's pressure sometimes. Sometimes he's not exactly sure about what he's seeing, but he always knows that the safety blanket of a running back should be there. So you have to be able to be dependable when those opportunities come. Another passing play for Chuba, when you're in the red zone, we have to get creative because obviously we can't line up and just block somebody for 1 yard. We struggle to get that. So we use the running back in the red zone. We use everybody. This time Chuba's going to motion out and run a route, but it doesn't get his head around good enough. His angle isn't great on the route, and him and Sam Darnold aren't really on the same page. He's going to alligator arm it, and it just doesn't look great. Like this is an easy touchdown. If this is Christian McCaffrey, we're dancing in the end zone. But as you can see, the guy is already out leveraged. The defender is behind him. Chuba's just going to run a quick out route. Sam sees it automatically. It's 2-on-1 out here. This guy's focused on DJs. He's not looking at Chuba. Chuba gets his head around, but it's a bad angle, so he backs up. Sam throws it to his original route point. Chuba alligator arms it and drops it. He got to turn his hands over. He has to turn his hands over. When I mean turn his hands over, he needs to have his thumbs together, not his pinkies together when he's sticking his hands up to catch the pass. So we're going to see Sam makes a good, quick decision, but Chuba just drops it. We get it from the wide angle one more time. As you can see, Chuba motions out. He's wide open, guys. He's wide open, takes a bad angle. He's got to have those. Got to have those. He's going to have to improve in the passing game tremendously if we want to be able to be effective and properly take up the slack that Christian McCaffrey is leaving behind. But as you can see, Chuba really excels on running outside. I think they're able to get him an open field to be able to use that speed and quickness getting to the outside. I think he could be productive in the running game. Lining up and just trying to run inside, one, is not his strength because he doesn't really have the size and strength yet. It may take him a full offseason just like it did with Christian McCaffrey. Remember how skinny Christian was, and then he bulked up, and then he really took off as far as his production value running between the tackles and catching the ball out of the backfield. So it may take another year of experience and growth and muscle for Chuba to get where he needs to get. But he's going to have to step it up regardless when it comes to catching passes because we don't have time for a full offseason. We need him to step in for these next 2, 3, 4 games, and McCaffrey is out, and be able to carry that mail. It takes some of that pressure off Sam Darnold because there is some good opponents, some bad opponents that we have coming up on the schedule. So we're really going to need him to step up, and he's not a rookie anymore. He's going to be the man, and we're going to really be depending on him and counting on him. So you guys let me know down below in the comments. Do you feel better or worse about Chuba after watching all these film breakdowns and these plays that I showed you? Let me know down below in the comments. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Ducker signing off. I'll see you next time.